Hey, Mark, fake banter for the intro.
That's all I know how to do.
Great.
Good to be here.
Welcome to Tuesdays with
Stories.
Hit her in the face with a surfboard.
And then the duck fell out of his bag.
Surf's up. And she didn't even flush.
Knock, knock.
Who's there? Mark Norman and Joe List.
Yeah! This is Tuesdays with Stories, everybody.
No, that's terrible.
This is supposed to be cheesy.
My radio is spitting at me. And I can't choose one.
Yeah! Woo! Man, what a morning. There it is. You heard it here first, folks. The armpit fart, the neighbor hates us. It's hot out, legs are akimbo.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we
Kimbo
should do
slice.
a full whisper episode.
Ooh, like a quiet place.
Well, I mean, this is bad news bears. And I want to
Yes.
address something with the people at home, even our dear friend Matthew Salakis, who we saw last night. He's an okay friend.
He's an acquaintance.
But people are like, you pay rent, who gives a fuck? Tell her to shove her ass up the asshole. But we're in a office building.
Yes.
And there are some expectations for behavior.
Decorum.
You can't just pay rent. Like, it's these same people that are like, I pay taxes, so let me
Yes.
smoke a cigar at the mall. I'm
Right.
like, what are you talking about? Like, we're in a shared professional space,
Yes.
yelling about eating out our sister's asshole.
Oh, that was a good ep.
And it's, I get it. I'm with you.
I get
I
it
wanted
too.
whatever. We pay money, but I'm like, there's a lady with the door open, and we can hear her talking.
I know, she has clients in there, Jerry. Professional people. And look at us. We look like we're going to a swim party.
No, we look like fucking Jules and who's the other one?
Yeah,
Dorks.
Vincent.
A couple of dorks. Yeah, it's
Couple of dorks.
Vincent Vega and Jules Oreo. What's his name?
When I was done, it didn't look like a fucking maxi pad.
Julie. What's his last name? Jules Vincent Vega.
Vincent Vega. Jules.
Who's supposed to be the cousin of Vic Vega from Reservoir Dogs.
Oh, how about
Yeah.
that? Is that Madsen?
Toothpick Vic, yeah.
I see.
And
Clown to the left of me. Joker's
knock
to
it
the
off,
right.
Julie. What a bold move, that whole scene.
Dead
not-
inward
yeah,
storage?
yeah.
He really got that in. He got it in right in front of Sammy L.
Well, you know what Sammy L said? They were putting it on
N-word?
him, asking, well, how do you feel about this movie? This is crazy. And Chuck's escaping. Film equipment out here?
Oh.
Maybe she's filming. Maybe she's doing porn. They're filming in
Film
there.
what?
So maybe.
A commercial, maybe, for her law
Oh,
firm.
yeah. Come down to Bob's
Yeah.
Discount Furniture.
You... Well, why did they leave the door open?
The door's closed now, right?
It's
Oh,
open.
the door's open. What if they're making film? What if they're sex workers?
That would be great.
That'd be cool.
Then we're off the hook. We're
Yeah.
just talking about sex.
I can hold a boom mic.
Hey, I can fluff.
But so Sam Jackson, he said, he's like, in all the movies, I'm the smartest guy in the movie.
Aha.
So what do I care?
Good point.
You know?
He stole the show.
And it's
They
his
steal.
it's his truth or whatever, LA, whatever. I mean, Hateful Eight, you got to have the N-word in there.
Woo! It's the cowboy days.
Exactly.
Yeah. Plus, he always gets shit like Quentin Tarantino doesn't have the women talk. It's like he brought Pam Grier back, a black woman. She's the
Yes.
lead. Kill Bill, 2 of those. She's the kick-ass fighter lady.
Yes.
She's cool as hell. And he had a good point. He's like, well, the Margot Robbie didn't talk. He's like, she's alone the whole movie. She gonna talk to her dog? Is she gonna do a note to self?
And her long sequence is the worst part of the film.
You got that right.
I wish there was less.
Yes. She's watching a movie. We're watching her watch a movie. Come on.
And then, what's the other one? Death Trap Proof. Death Proof. That's just a bunch of women kicking the shit out of a guy.
That's right.
So
You can't win. Same with the comments.
Yeah, put that in your pipe and blow me.
You got that right, Fatty.
Anyways, so yeah, I get the mindset of rock and roll. Fuck you, we're paying, but we're human beings.
Yes.
We're adults. Here.
Yes, exactly. This is an office. There's men with jobs. It's bad.
We're talking about eating each other's cum.
Right.
Well, we're not, but that's a suggestion.
Sure, it's on the table.
It's on the menu. But anyways, we'll do our best. I'm sure 8 minutes from now we'll be screaming.
It happens. It comes right out. I can't get into a zone. I'm thinking about this. It's like I'm trying to fuck and the phone's ringing.
It's bad news bears. And oh yeah, that's funny to think about. That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Can you
yeah.
fuck with music?
I can.
I mean, I guess I can. My wife doesn't like anything with lyrics. It's distracting.
The lyrics are tough. My lady loves it, but the problem is she'll go next. And I'm like, you talking to me or the Alexa?
Oh, right. Alexa, bring in the new guy.
Right.
What kind of music are we talking?
Well,
Barry White?
I try to go an instrumental, but then you got to go Alexa. You're making out. You go Alexa, instrumental, jazz, light, modern.
Now, what are we talking? Like Bill Evans? Or are we talking like Dizzy Gillespie? Is it like... Is it Sonny Rollins or is it,
Yeah, well, Bill Evans. I don't know Bill Evans.
He's white piano. Bill Evans is good. That's
really?
good hanging out music. Alexa, play Bill Evans.
Well, what's the guy who did Take 5? Dave Brubeck. He's a honky as well. He's good.
We like the white jazz play. Don't you think the white people are the best at jazz?
They're
and
good at
hip-hop. Does
yeah,
Everlast?
And basketball.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Stockton.
John Stockton, all-time steals and assists.
Hey, Larry Bird.
Woo! That was a white fart right there.
There, a honky honk.
Woo, that stinks. No, we're the best at jazz and rap and basketball. That's okay.
Easily. I'd throw NFL in there and
Brady.
boxing.
Tom Brady, yeah. Rocky Marciano, 49-0.
Big whop.
Roy Jones Jr. is not 49-0.
You got that right.
He lost 10 fights.
What about that gypsy cunt in London?
Oh, the big Russian-British guy.
He's a gypsy.
Fury.
Fury
Road.
Tyson Fury.
Tyson Fury.
Yes. What a Tyson chicken.
He's not Russian at all, is he?
No Russian.
He has any big white feels Russian to me.
Yes, the Klitschko's, they're 6'5", the twins, and they both have PhDs.
How about that?
Yeah, and they are a menace in the ring.
Well, they're good, those Russians. They're wrestling bears as fetuses,
Yes.
and they beat the shit out of them, all that good stuff.
They drink vodka in the bottle. They hit their women. I think beer was declared an alcoholic beverage in 2011 in Russia.
Wow.
How about that for a Snapple dick?
No kidding. Mm-hmm. Well, anyways, it's good to be here. We'll be a little subdued this week.
We'll subdue. We're doing it for the good of the office, even though I have an idea. How about this?
Hit me with it.
We put a sign on the door. We're sorry. We'll be in and out. You won't see us the rest of the week.
That's not bad.
It gives a little bit of closure. Like, oh, okay, this isn't all day. It's not every day.
Right. I don't know if that's closure.
Yeah, maybe
it's
not
a little
closure. Decent movie.
No, what's the word? I know the word you're looking for. A little bit of
Grace?
grace.
Maybe
A little
grace?
bit of they'd have to give us the grace.
Yeah.
A little bit of
Select
'cause
leeway?
closure, I feel like would be like we're leaving. We apologize.
Right.
Here's a gift card to TGI Fridays.
An edible
so
arrangement.
long and good luck or whatever that movie.
Right. A
Gives a little bit of
compassion.
oh wait, I almost said it. Context
That's not bad.
or hope.
Hope is open change. Hope floats.
Hope floats. But I
Hope
think we have
on
to
a
do that in
rope.
advance. We should put like Monday morning. We should have Chuck come in here and write, "Hey, Wednesday from noon to 1, we're going to be yelling about." Oh, he's locked out. Chuck's locked out. A dream come true. Oh. Phew.
Thank you.
All right. What's going on over there? Give us the.
What do you know? What do you say? What do you like? What do you do? What do you gay?
Okay, folks, bear with us.
I think they're filming a commercial or a promotional video, and they're gonna hear us.
Like Celino and Barnes? Come on down. You got a DUI? We'll take care of you.
Raymore and Flanagan.
There's big lighting boxes. There's a lot of gear. They have like rolling carts of gear. So like they're gonna hear us, and I don't know. I mean, maybe they'll set up for so long that we'll be out of here.
Is there a director? Is there a guy with a hat and like a big megaphone?
Yeah, he's right here.
Oh, quiet on
Jesus
set.
Christ.
Good
Maybe
documentary.
If we hurry, maybe we'll be done by the time they start.
But if
All
they're
right.
filming, we're filming. Now we're even. They filming, we filming.
Good point. Good point. Our content's a little darker, but
And
yeah.
we've been here first. What would you do if she was just like, "Come down and suck my tits"? Suck my tits.
I'd
They're
call
all
in.
gay.
Hello.
If I don't get you out of that DUI, you can come and eat my pussy till the cows come home.
Oh, man.
Or my name's not Molly Ringwald.
Ringwald.
So close to Molly Ringworm.
Oh, never thought about that.
You ever have ringworm?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I've had everything. I've had all the other stuff.
Every other worm?
Yeah, I've had a heartworm, tapeworm, RFK had a headworm.
I just heard about that. You see DePaulo's tweet?
No.
He's like, if I had to guess, it was from a bottle of tequila. Pretty good.
Not bad.
Tapeworm was the go-to if you ate a lot. What, you got a tapeworm?
That's right, yes.
I'd get that a lot. I still get that because I eat a lot of carbs.
And then there's going to a wormhole on YouTube or a rabbit hole. You can pick your holes.
Rabbit hole, wormhole. Is there another hole? Down the rabbit hole.
I think there's the B hole and the
There's the A-hole, A-hole, B-hole. Same hole.
yes.
That's my old gag.
and the dick hole.
By the way, I'm still annoyed. I did this as a bit 25 years ago. People are still saying I'm ADD. I mean, I don't think I was going to stop it, but it's weird. It still interests me when people say I'm ADD.
Yes,
I'm
OCD.
OCD.
Right.
I am obsessive compulsive disorder.
That's a great bit.
It's the only thing. I'm just doing bits from my old act, but I'm like, isn't that interesting? It's the only thing we do that for.
That's true. I mean, well, we got ATM machine. That's a big one people say.
I am ATM machine?
Well, no, they just say I'm going to the ATM machine, but it's automated teller machine.
Oh, right.
So people they're no good with the abbreviations.
That's like there was Bun Young Kim was a pitcher, and they
Ah.
called him BK Kim.
There you go.
But the BK was his initials. It was like Bung Young Kim.
BK Broiler. Well, there you go. Yeah, you see, we're no good. Once you throw letters in, people get all wonky.
Yeah, I am OCD.
That's no good.
It's very odd.
You have.
Yes, I have obsessive compulsive disorder.
Yeah, well, what was the bit? I am herpes.
I am herpes.
Yeah,
or
that's
something
good.
like that. I think I said some other stuff. It's funny that you just lose bits.
They just fizzle out.
People say them, and I'm like, I don't remember that.
I
I've
know.
had times where I'm like, that's not my bit, and people are like,
Yes.
it's literally on your special, and I'm like, I don't even remember fucking thinking that.
And you slaved over. You had to tinker with it and write it in a coffee shop at 1 a.m.
Well, that's what's so fascinating about change. I was saying this to Bobby Kelly the other day. We were doing the regs, and I bumped into him at Ben's Pizza. And she's one of those guys that's like this. Why do you go to Ben's? Why don't you go to John's? And I'm like this. I don't know. I like Ben's. He's like, John's is better. I'm like, all right, well, I like Ben's, and
To
it's
you.
here, and I'm walking by it. The train's there. Ben's is here. The cell is there. Why are we fighting?
There's also straight men and gay men. He likes guys. You like women. There's differences. You have a
Yes.
wife. I have a wife. I think your wife's ugly. You think mine's ugly.
And Ben's and John's, I'm like, it's the same fucking pizza.
It's all
I
pie.
challenge people to tell me the difference between I want to do a Ben's versus John's slice. You think you can do it? You live in that neighborhood.
I could do it. I like John's better.
Fuck!
But
Maybe you're
I
right.
hear you. Well, but this is my whole life. What should we get, Domino's or Papa John's? Oh, you gotta get Domino's. What are you, crazy? I'm like, it's all pie on a piece of bread. I don't give a shit.
I mean, you're telling me. No one's more upset about my diet than everybody. I've never heard anyone be as upset about somebody's diet than my diet. I dated a woman one time, and she was mad at me. She's like, pizza again? You need to grow up. And I'm like, what
Oh.
difference does it make?
Right.
Who cares what I eat?
Well, you give me shit about what I eat.
When? What do you mean?
Well, I get some trail mix for a bus ride. You're like, what the hell? This sucks.
Well,
I'm like,
I'm having
eating
a
it.
good time. I'm not mad. I'm going,
okay.
hey, geez. I'm talking like
you were upset.
in a relationship.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
remember
that's-
this trail mix incident at all.
I never forgot it. 2008.
I mean, that sounds like a long time ago.
It was 14 years.
Well, trail mix is for homos. I mean, what are we doing? What are you?
See, there you go. Well, what do you care?
what do
It's
you-
going in my body.
What are you voting third party and wearing, funky socks? What do you have those shoes with just the toes with no
Oh,
sole?
I hate the toe shoe. Toe jam.
Well, I'm sorry about the trail mix. I don't remember
I
the
know.
trail mix, but it's a gay. That's like that snack's gay.
That's
I'm
a gay
talking
snack.
like, hey, we're breaking up because you eat too much pizza.
Oh, did you eat puss?
I love eating puss.
Well, that's weird because puss tastes worse than pizza.
Well, one time I told you this. I think there was a comedian, and he was a heavy-set fella, and I was at the stand as like a pig in shit eating French fries and mac and cheese, and he was like, "Carb much?" And it's 30 years of people criticizing my eating built up, and I went, "You're fat,"
Ooh.
and he was like, "Jesus Christ!" But
Wow, there
I'm
you
like,
go, Ralphie May.
I don't get it. I'm like, what is? Whoa, look at all the carbs. But I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm thin. You're fat.
Exactly.
What are you talking about?
I remember that moment. I know the
Yeah.
guy you're talking about, and he is fat. And his whole thing is food. He's like, I'm a food guy. Here's me eating pizza. Here's me eating a Cubano. Here's me eating a sandwich. So like,
Getting
you're
too
the.
on the nose here.
Oh yeah, sorry. Cut that part. But yeah, that's his thing. And so you're like, you're gonna call out me for eating carbs. You're a sandwich aficionado,
But particularly when someone's just passing through.
right?
You're like, "Hey, what do you think of this?"
Yeah, no, I hate that. I hate anyone commenting on the meal. You know, they walk by, you go, oh, cheese on that? Weird. Like, fuck you, we're different.
Well, people did that. I remember being at like St. Patrick's Day. There's these people too. It's St. Patrick's Day. We'd all go to a Shenanigans, which is a big bar in South Boston. And I was drinking Captain and Coke, so that was my drink. And there was people like, "You're drinking fucking Captain and Coke on St. Patrick's Day. You should have a Guinness." But I'm like, "But this is delicious." And Who gives a fuck?
Who gives a fuck? And why do we have these rules? I'll eat pizza in the morning. I'll eat cereal at night.
Also, I'm like, what am I gonna? We're gonna be drinking for 12 hours. If I'm drinking Guinness, my fucking asshole is gonna explode.
True. It's like eating black bread.
Well, Tom Dusty used to call it steak in a glass. Even though now it's like less calorie. They point out how little calories Guinness is.
Also has less alcohol, which is strange. Doesn't it feel like the blackness would really get to you?
Yeah, black is bad,
Yes, that's our motto.
especially in Chaz.
Chaz Palminteri.
What the fuck were we talking about? Anything?
Well, I got a nugget for you.
I love nuggets.
All right.
Denver Nuggets.
How about
Eliminated.
this? Speaking of eating, some good eating there. Went to Chipotle, the best Chipotle in the city, 6th Avenue and 8th Street.
I forgot about that Chipotle. We used to go
Ooh-wee.
after every single episode. You used to live over there. I bumped into you, and I was like, where's there a Chipotle? And I totally forgot. It's like we were talking about. Oh, the Bobby Kelly story was what I was going to tell.
You want to
But
finish
no, I
that?
want to hear the nugget.
All right, well, it's quite a nugget, but yeah, best Chipotle. And I go in, I'm eating mine of my own beeswax, got the headphones in, chomping away, got the whole table myself. In walks we'll say a thuggy-looking guy.
Oh,
You
boy.
know, he's got the dread hair and the baggy pantalones and all the stuff you see at a bar. Like you can't come in if you're wearing this.
Uh-huh.
You know, the Timberlands and the hat, and
boy.
the whole thing.
Justin Timberland.
Yeah, and he's bringing sexy back. So this guy strolls in. He goes in towards the line of the Chipotle. I see a guy walking after him. Another guy. They grab him.
What?
These 4 guys just grab this dude,
What?
and they throw him against the wall like this.
Oh, my
And I go,
God.
whoa, should I step in? And then I look, badge here, hangy badge, plain clothes.
Oh, I love I
I
jerk
love
off to
plainclothes.
plainclothes cop.
Daniel Plainclothes.
I mean, we've talked about it before. The suit with the gun is my favorite thing.
Oh, that's a hot look.
You show me a man with a suit and a gun, I'm creaming on the floor.
Easily. These guys were slipping on sour cream because I was jizzing everywhere, but it was like hoodie, jeans, like very, very, normal, casual. And they got this guy up there, and then one guy's like standing out looking, and these 2 girls come in yoga pants to get some guacamole, and they were like, "Get the fuck out of here, cunt face!" And she was like, "Oh
Wow.
shit, sorry." So it was cool to see, and then they pat the guy down, pulled out. I'm just eating. I got the front row seat. Pills, crack, powder, needles, the whole thing.
Oh my God, it's like your suitcase coming home from the road.
That's true, yeah. I mean, this guy was all in.
Now, did he resist? Was he
No.
like William H. Macy in Fargo, or just kind of took it?
He was a tough guy. He was just like, fuck you, copper. I don't give a shit. And all the pills came out, and they go, we got them.
man.
It was all smooth as ice, and you're like, what? These are the popo that should be on the TV.
Yes.
You know, like all you see is a, hey, black man, pull out your driver's license. I'm going to stomp on your face. This was like cool guys, blue collar, cracking down.
Wow, good to hear. And that Chipotle, there's a lot of action there because I went there the other day when I bumped into you, and then there's a security guard that like works in there. They have a detail security guy.
The kooks are out of control.
Well, 6th Avenue, it's unbelievable. That whole block is shut down, every single business, and they just
know.
gave it up. And it's the West Village.
I know. It kills me. I mean, you stand on McDougal for 6 seconds, you're going to get anally raped by a guy named Boxcar Bill.
Yeah, it's not good. In fact, I finally convinced the big guy come to the dark side over at the stand.
I saw that.
Yeah, and he's back tonight, and I feel bad. I'm doing a disservice to that. I love the seller, but it's Kook DeVille over there.
But he doesn't mind the kooks, does he? He seems like he would like a kook. He's all contrarian and weird.
That's true. That's true.
I love a hobo. It brings me back to the 40s when I was a boy in Mexico or whatever. You're like, all right. we get it."
Nobody likes the Kook. Well, there's many things, and I don't want to get too inside, but too crazy. But there's many things that people are claiming, and they point to me like I'm this crazy, and then you catch them hating the same things. One example is, oh, you can't look at comments. Don't look at comments. They act like I'm a maniac for looking at comments.
Yeah.
And then 30 minutes later, they're like this, oh my God, some guy called me a fucking fat piece of shit. And I'm like this, interesting. Where'd you hear that?
Yes.
How'd you hear that? That's one thing. Everybody's reading all the comments on every one of their
Everybody.
posts. And the other one is, oh, Joe with the kooks. Don't mention the I'm just the only one talking about it.
Right.
Because everyone else, 10 minutes later, they tell a story. They're like, oh, my God, I had a knife pulled on me outside of the barbershop. I'm like, and you enjoyed it?
Exactly.
You had a good time with that, did you?
Well, two things on that note, Fatty. One, Chris DiStefano from New York City, Queens, New York, never had one incident. He's had 3 in the past, 2 months.
Wow.
3. Pull a knife, punched out, whatever it was.
And he's in a car most of the time.
And he's a big, beefy Neander.
Damn straight.
But the second thing is, this is true with Ari. You called him out at one Governor's. He has a clip online. I hate these people who are all over their phone.
I mean, and he was on. That was brutal that day.
Brutal.
All day. And you go, oh, what is this? Mm-hmm. And we're all nervous about him, so we all put our phones in our assholes, and he's over there posting TikToks and
OnlyFansing, whatever it is. Jew
Great.
hate,
Great website, OnlyFans.
Oh, very exciting.
I love it.
You see a hot lady now, and there's a 50-50. She's got her clam out on the old Webster.
Yeah.
Interwebs.
Webster's good.
All right, he's a cute little guy. I think he died.
Is that right?
Oh, those what do you call those? Mini-me's, the guys who age
Little
backwards?
people.
Little people. I think they die pretty early. Your next BW?
You know, it's interesting. In the 80s, we had Spud Webb and Webster. Spud Webster. That could have been a show. That could have been a Buddy Cops.
Buddy Cop, yeah. Mini Cops.
Yeah, it's not bad. Hey, folks, this episode is brought to you by our friends over at Sheath Underwear. Let me see what I have. It's a laundry day. I don't have Sheath on right now because it's laundry. They're all in the laundry. They just sent me a bunch. I got a package in the mail, and I love getting a package in my mouth. Mail.
Yes.
They're the best. You know Sheath Underwear. It's all we wear. It's all the comedians wear. If you think comedians are cool, then you want to be cool. You got to get yourself some Sheath Underwear. Our pal Robert Patton invented this. He's an Iraq veteran. Support the vets, for God's sakes. They were sent there. They shouldn't have been there. They fucking kicked ass as best they could. They invented underwear. They're some of America's best young men. Well, now they're old. And so help them out. You don't have to help them out. Help yourself out. Get the best underwear in the business. They separate your dick and balls. It's summertime. It's about 90 degrees outside right now. I wish I had my Sheath underwear on right now because I got some bullshit that's cramming my balls and asshole together. Sheath is the best. My lady wears Sheath. She's got little like boxer boy short things. I love it. And we're all about the Sheath underwear. I have 50 pair and I wear them every fucking day.
Same here. Big fan. It's all I wear.
Go to sheathunderwear.com and use code TUESGAYS to get 20% off your first order, plus Sheath Underwear's 100% money-back guarantee. That's sheathunderwear.com, promo code TUESGAYS. Get Sheath Underwear. Support our show. Support your balls. I'm going to go shit while Mark leads the other read.
All right. Ooh, that was wet. Send me a photo. Hey, folks, Tuesday Stories brought to you by Shopify. Some things just go without saying. If you want to grow your biceps, you're going to go to the gym. But if you want to grow your online store, you need Shopify. Shopify makes online shopping quick and easy, turning your audience from browsers to buyers. This is great. We sell shirts, we sell stickers, we sell mugs. This is what you got to do. Get yourself an online store. It's easy, it's quick, and it's efficient. What, are you going to go mom and pop, brick and mortar? No, you got to go meet up with the future. Shopify powers 10% of all e-commerce in the U.S., so they know what they're doing. They accept every type of payment. Shopify's AI tool makes selling a total breeze. It used to use it to help write captivating product descriptions or create your marketing campaigns. It's like having a sales team in the palm of your hand. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Tuesdays, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Tuesdays now to grow your business no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/Tuesdays. You won't regret it, folks. This is the way to do it. What do you think about this? We're thinking about having a kid. I shouldn't tell you this, but the name, what do you think about the name Van?
Van?
Kind of cool, right? Van Normand.
Oh, like Van Morrison.
I guess, yeah, but you don't hear about a van, like a one-syllable name, Van.
That was Van short for something? Is it Vancouver or Van?
Vance, but it would just be Van.
Van.
Is it too hip for the room? Also,
don't
when he's
know.
little, you can call him minivan.
Well, first and foremost, I would advise. I mean, this is good Potter, certainly, but I would advise against running the name by anybody.
You got
we
that
didn't
right.
mention the name to one single person, and that's the advice. Because everyone goes, "Well, I
That's
don't
true.
know about this.
That's
I
true.
don't know about that." Well, I knew a guy in college
Yes.
who fucked me in the ass twice on a Wednesday.
Yes.
and his name was Peter. So whatever.
Right. You're right. It's kind of like when you go, hey, I broke up with old Dick Cheese, and people go, oh, I hated that coos, and then 2 minutes later, you're like, we're back together, and they go, she's a catch.
Yeah, she's number one. But I mean, Van. It's something.
All right.
Well, what are the Vans? Is Van Morrison, one of my
Van
favorite artists of
Jones,
all time?
Same.
Van Jones.
He's a CNN hot.
But doesn't he
black.
have a name before that?
No, I think it's Van.
Oh, yeah. Just Van Jones? I thought it was
believe-
like Peter Van Jones or something.
Well, the Van is usually in the middle, like Dick Van Dyke.
right, or Jerry Van Dyke.
Or Jerry Van Dyke, or isn't there a Bon Jovi guy, or
John Bon Jovi.
oh, that's a Bon.
Van...
Stevie Van Zant. That's what I'm thinking
Oh,
of.
okay, Steve Van Zandt. Great guitarist, bad actor. Ruined the
Yeah,
show.
Not great with the Italian.
Vanderbilt. Van...
Van Housen.
Oh, isn't that... Who's the big... Oh, Van Wilder.
Oh, Van Wilder.
Bert
see?
Kreischer.
That's a van.
Isn't that Bert?
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. I'm just trying to think of something kind of unique, but not. I don't want to name him like Starship or Apple Bottom or whatever the fuck these people do.
Well, Van is, it's something.
It's a name.
But that's like Van. I think of Van. I think of getting the van.
That's what I thought. It's pedophilia, but he's the victim. So he'd be a kid named after the vehicle that will ruin his life.
Yeah, that's tough. It's like naming your kid duct tape or
Cyanide or chlorophyll.
right?
Form.
Or yeah, I don't want to go too far with
Diddle.
this, but
This is Diddle Norman.
Van's nice. So what's going on? Is there movement? Is it happening?
Well, I'm blowing loads, but how about this? Now that I know we're trying to, I'll get a little stage fright.
Gun shy, camera
Yes.
shy.
Yeah. Did you have that?
Well, we went in the lab. My wife is 75 years old.
That's right,
But
that's
we
right.
did. I mean, I don't know why I said that because we did try for 17 years. But
Yeah.
I mean, I've talked about this before. My dick to brain is not synced up. It takes me a half hour to piss. I can't piss if you're
Right.
making noise.
Right.
And so I get distracted. So I always have that. And it would be tough. And sometimes you have to pull out and like jerk off and then
Yeah.
cram it back in.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of pressure.
It's a lot of pressure and it's a lot of thinking because, sex should just be kind of primal and you should lose yourself a little bit.
Right.
And this is like, whoa, this is the biological way to do things.
Right. Now,
You
how
know.
old is this dame?
33?
Really? She's that young?
Yeah.
I had no idea. Oh, you're good.
Oh, you think?
Absolutely.
I think it's a retarded preg, or what are they called? A dysfunctional preg?
high altitude, a high
What's-
risk.
High risk, what? I think it's
Pregnancy.
like a delinquent pregnancy, something like
Oh
that.
no, what's that word? Hold
Dys-
on, I'll think of it.
Dystopian,
Yes, it is
dysfunctional, dishonest.
no, stop
track.
saying things for a second.
Distance runner.
Distant relate. It's oh,
Delinquent.
Fuck. No.
Dysfunct-
Don't say it. Don't say it. It's
All right, let's see
I
if we
know
can
it.
pull it out here.
I
We
know
got
it.
something.
That's diplomatic. Like Joe Biden is this, and Trump.
Senile.
No, old. It's
It's
geriatric.
that's it.
Geriatric.
Whoa.
Toast down. Yeah, it's a geriatric pregnancy.
Sounds like a guy. Geriatric.
But 33 is not that yet. I think 37 is when, I think from 36 to 37, the percentages drop from like a 40% chance to a 12% chance or something like that.
How about that?
But 33 is, you gotta, what you really need is like a 15-year-old. Those are the most
Fertile.
fertile, yeah.
Yeah, 15 would be nice. I mean, that's the way God intended, I believe,
Absolutely.
Right when that egg sprouts, you put a seed on there and Bob's your uncle.
Drop it in, yeah. So, well, I'm excited. We could have little cousins.
Yeah, well, you're going to be a little role model there. Marty's going to have to, oh, sorry.
That's all right. It's out there.
Oh, okay. He's going to have to be teaching them how to skateboard and fly fish and hang glide.
Because he was. Well, I mean, my baby's a monster. He's in the 99th percentile of height and weight.
Really?
Yeah, he'll fucking
Whoa.
crush your baby.
You got a mongoloid, yeah,
You gotta
because
be careful.
mine's going to be a little twink, I'm sure.
I mean, this thing he's 4 feet tall if he's a foot.
Well, my Gomez, a Puerto Rican rattlesnake, he's like, my kid's a bit of a Nancy, and I love it. And I remember as a kid being, or not a kid, I remember younger being like, "Wow, that's weird. You're like the toughest guy on the block, and you don't want a tough kid." But he's like, "No, I want my kid to be alive."
Well, his kid is into musical, which he's amazing. He's very talented, but he also is a fucking jujitsu
That's
star.
true.
I've rolled with him, and he's no joke.
Really?
Although I let him tap me, and then every time I see him, he's like, "Remember I choked you out, you little bitch?" And it's hard because you're like, you're 10.
I know.
I'll snap your arm off without even using jujitsu skills.
Yes, you're like a woman.
But, that's part of being with the little kid. You got to let him, yeah, I know, you tapped me. But then your ego you start being like, you think you tapped me, you piece of shit?
I know.
What do you think? I couldn't beat you up?
Exactly. Oh, God. Well, he's a cute kid. He came to a Super Bowl party, and you're like, oh, here we go, kids. And he was like, hello, how are you, sir? He was like well-mannered. I was like, you're a little gentleman.
No, he's the best. LJG is one of the great dads I ever met in my whole life.
There you go. Good father.
And a hilarious guy, to boot.
Funny dude.
Check out the regs. He's got a hilarious running gag going. That,
boy.
I can't mention it here. This is a mature show.
Okay, well, Bobby's not running, I'll tell you that.
But anyway, that's what I was going to say 4 hours ago. I bumped into Bobby at Ben's Pizzeria, and I had the same thought you thought. I forget what you said that made me think of this, but I saw Bobby, and I saw Bobby do comedy in 2002 featuring for Dane Cook.
Wow.
And after the show, we did a meet and greet. I got his sticker. I stuck it on my first notebook, robertkellylive.com, and he's Sexy Bob.
How about that?
And it was on my notebook, and I was like, I saw this comedian, Bob Kelly, or he was just Robert Kelly at the time. And he did all these bits about scaring his wife and piss your pants monster, and I thought he blew the fucking room apart.
Oh, yeah, he's a killer.
And I was like, this is the best comedian I've ever seen, besides Dane.
Sure.
And Gary Gulman hosted.
Wow.
And now Gulman and Bobby are two of my closest friends. I mean, Gulman, we've drifted apart a little bit, but not only just because that's the way life goes.
I think if you saw him, it would come right back.
Yeah, I text him. I mean, I love him. But Bobby, I see all the time. And it's just fascinating because you're like, you forget that there was a moment when I was 20 years old that I was like, Mr. Kelly, I just want to say I was inspired by your performance. And now you see him and you're like, shut up, we're not doing that. That's crazy.
Time is a motherfucker. I mean, look at Louis C.K. You know, you see this guy in the big screen in 2004, and then you're having lunch with him.
Well, that's even crazier. I mean, Louis like, what are you doing tonight? Can I tag along? And you're like,
tag along.
Sure. I mean, it's like it's crazy.
Crazy.
That one's even crazier, I guess. But you go
made a
back.
movie with the motherfucker.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. So it's just a funky thing. Not to mention Seinfeld.
Yeah,
I mean, Seinfeld's that. I've said all this before, but that's the craziest one.
The Sandler Sam is no picnic either.
That's crazy, but the Seinfeld one is so crazy because this whole show that we've been doing for 10 years is all Seinfeld. Like, our relationship is Seinfeld. Like, oh, you're autistically Seinfeldian? I'm autistically Seinfeld. It was like the Blind Melon video.
Right.
Like, it shaped our lives.
The dumb fat bumblebees.
We live in New York and do comedy and all these things. Ultimately, it's probably more Larry than Jerry, it turns out. But we didn't know that at the time as kids.
We didn't know that, yes.
And as stand-up, so you're like, this, like, when I see Sam Morril, he doesn't say like "Ooshu booshu wooshu" or whatever the fuck Sandler does.
Hello. Oh, I see.
He doesn't do like the shampoo is better.
Yeah.
When I see you, I'm like, ho.
Hey.
You know what I mean? We're just so the fact that you're friends with this man.
Yeah, it's bananas.
I can't even wrap my tits around.
I can't either. The phone number, the whole thing. And I put it in as Jerry fucking Seinfeld just because I have to remind myself this is the guy from when I watched Telling You for the Last Time with my parents sitting on the floor with HBO.
Friday night with your parents. I mean, we can't even talk without doing the
I know.
Seinfeld.
There's a hue.
And a pinkish hue. But also, as big as Louis was, and ultimately, I think Louis C.K. as a comedian is greater than Jerry Seinfeld as a comedian.
Sure.
But as big as he was, Jerry was the most popular person on the planet.
Iconic, mainstream, household name, biggest TV show on the planet. The whole country got together to watch the finale, except for maybe some black people. But yeah, it was huge, and it changed the game.
And you know him. Come on, Larry, you know me.
I know. Still not an unfrosted, but maybe it's for the best.
Yeah, what can you do?
Yeah, but yeah, no, the whole thing's crazy. But that's what's great about stand-up is you get to hang out with these titans of the industry because I don't think music does that. I don't know if every now and then a young guitar guy will meet Billy Joel and go hang out with him.
Right.
I don't think it's happening as much as with stand-up. There's less buffer between
Distance. Yeah.
Thank you, geriatric.
Yeah, it's weird to think about. And also it's funny because sometimes people tell celebrity story. You ever see a celebrity? I saw this celebrity. And I just forget the stand-ups. Like, I'm like, oh, yeah. And then Dave Chappelle. Like, to me, I'm like, oh, my God, I saw Robert Pattinson. Because that's great, because he's Batman.
Yes.
That's crazy. He was in the same room. But then you just forget, like, Dave Chappelle's bigger than Robert Pattinson.
Oh, yeah, interesting.
And he's just at the table.
He's just at the table smoking.
And Jerry's bigger than both of them, I think.
Probably, yeah. Well, you know what's funny is speaking of celebs, I was walking down 8th Ave in Chelsea, looking at a restaurant window, Matthew Broderick eating with a guy.
I've hung out with him.
That's crazy. Ferris Bueller,
geez.
my childhood hero.
It's crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. Broderick's around all the time. He's just out and about.
And he's a sad sack of potatoes. He's just ran over a kid. Whoop-de-doo. It's a real bummer.
In Ireland, speaking of potatoes.
Oh, they don't have any.
And by the way, speaking of potato, let's talk about this set last night from one Maddie Weiner.
Whoa, that's a funny Idaho spud.
That was special.
That was lights out. She's been running that material and adding to it, and honing it, and it's a banger.
It was like one of those ones, and you get like a little bit. It sends a shiver through you. You're like, oh wait, I went home listening to a set in the cab or Lyft. But the lineup, Louis came over the stand. Fun, classic night at the stand.
Great night.
You're on the lineup. Louis says, what are you doing tonight? I'm going to the stand. You should come by. I keep telling them it's nice over there. They got a great meal. They got an unbelievable kitchen. And I like, they run on time there.
Pretty much,
it's less kooks. He also moved, so he's closer to the stand.
Oh.
So I said, let's go hang. So he comes out. We're sitting down having a dinner. In walks you, and I didn't even realize you were on the show.
Oh, yeah.
You come in with Salacuse, and speaking of not realizing you're on the show, as soon as you sit down, you had to run back to the cellar.
By the way, that was a great line. I was laughing on the way to the cellar from your line because you're like, you're not shooting this? This is Norman. Like, you're missing everything.
This should be the show. You guys are doing, how do you come up with the bit? This should be the show.
Yes.
Is all the clubs in New York City scrambling, trying to figure out who they're going to put on to kill time for you to get there.
Kill Tony. Well, let me just give you a paint by a number here, a context. Me and Salacuse had dinner at the cellar.
Okay.
We take a bike to the stand. Once I sit down to the stand, I see you. Liz goes, you're on. Where the hell are you? I have to go back to the cellar.
Yes.
Then we come back to the stand. I do a set. Then we walk to the cellar because we had so much time. We get to the cellar, and Harare goes, where are you? You're on at the stand next. So we have to go back to the stand. Then we go back to the cellar. It was hell. It was 4 spots. It felt like 9.
I don't know how you live like this, because if that happened to me one time, I would go, all right, I got to get a book and a calendar, an assistant, and a thing. But this is almost nightly. It's fascinating.
I don't know about nightly, but the nightly news. But
it's 3 times a week?
Well, I'm juggling the cues. I see Louis. I get a little verklempt. Maggie Wiener's killing it. I had a lot of plate spinning.
But, yeah, you like the spinny plates. But, so... You go, you leave, you come back, which was amazing though because Louis took your spot,
and I needed it.
Yeah, no, that was perfect. So then the lineup, it went Janine Garofalo, then Louis.
Wow.
No, I'm serious. Then me.
Okay.
Then Louis, then you.
Yep.
And then Maddie Weiner, and she had the set of the night. Now, granted, we were fucking around. We were all fucking around.
Trying new. I'm filming a show about new material.
But
yeah.
Nevertheless,
she killed it.
We're watching, and it was Louis, me, and you, and I feel like, and Salacuse, and we're all going, this is insane.
Yeah.
I mean, I think this woman is going to be the biggest star in the world.
She's going to be huge, and she's so nice and likable. She has no ego. I have a show at every Tuesday. I show up to the show. She's hosting.
Right.
So she will still take the hosting gig.
Right.
Which most people would, if at her level of talent, would go, I'm not doing that. I'm killing it.
Right. I met her when I think she was like 19 or 20 in Raleigh. She hosted a weekend. But, and she's always been great and funny, but this was like, we were all like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And like, laughing out loud, and then just when you think the bit is over, there's 2 more lines and angles I've never thought of. So
applause breaks.
Go check out Maddie Weiner. Get excited. I think she's going to be
Oh,
a
yeah.
fucking monster.
And I think she's 24 or something crazy.
She's young,
so
for sure.
She's got plenty of time to OD. So good for you there, Wiener.
But that was a special night. It was fun because also, you know, Louis hasn't seen a lot of my new stuff. His stuff is brand new. So then we went in the corner and we're like, what if you said this? This could be funny. That bit's this. And I'm like, I've tried that. What if you try this? And then you come out and you're working on your new bits. And so we bounce the bits and it's just fun. And then Louis was like, I texted him. I was like, that was fun as hell. And he's like, let's do it again tomorrow. Woo! So we're going back tonight and we're going to have dinner and bounce bits. It's so nice to have him back.
I know. And even though he's rusty, as you would be, rusty, even though he's rusty, you can see the gold in there. You're like, oh, that's the guy. But isn't that so cool about stand-up that he's one of the best probably ever? And
top 5, easy.
Top 5.
Maybe 1, I could make a case.
Maybe, yeah. But top 5, bad movie. But he's took, what, a year and a half off?
Yeah, about a year and a half, almost exactly.
It shows that that's how hard stand-up is. This guy's been doing comedy for 40-plus years. You take a couple months off, and you're back to zero. I don't want to say back to zero, but you know what I mean. He's it's hard again.
Right.
If a trumpet player took a year off, I feel like he could pick up a trumpet and get it back in 5 minutes.
Right.
Stand-up is going to take weeks.
Yes. Although I will say this, I think he enjoys, part of his process is really fucking around and being uncomfortable and making them uncomfortable. Because I think if he really wanted to,
he could turn on the gas.
He could go up there and murder.
Got it.
I think. But I could be wrong. I mean, I don't want to speak for him. Because I see Tommy Johnigan, who I'm always blowing on the show, and
Killer.
I think is maybe the best comedian in America also. He comes out and doesn't do a set for 4 weeks or 5 weeks, and he just riffs, and I'm like, this is unbelievable. And Mulaney's another guy that we talk about. We never see him working out material, and he just has material that's killer.
Always. He works it out on the road, I guess. But, yeah, you're right. He could probably do it, but what is it about him versus us? I mean, he's a celebrity. But don't you feel like when me or you, maybe just me, I don't want to speak for you, but when I'm up there making everybody uncomfortable, figuring it out, they just start talking. They go, oh, this guy sucks. So what are we doing after? With him, he's shucking and jiving, but they're in.
Well,
maybe that's a me thing.
He's a huge celebrity. It's exciting to see him, but I don't know. Not at the stand, they're not like that. I feel like they're so attentive there.
Really? I don't know. Maybe I feel like everybody I walk on and they go, all right. Who cares?
I don't know. I'm not
Maybe I'm in my head.
But yeah, I think you're in your head. I think you're gay. I think you're crazy.
I need some head.
I think they're excited. I would love some head. Chuck, we're looking right at you, big guy.
Oh, yeah. Maybe that lawyer commercial.
Whoa, boy.
Call the number. But yeah. So just cool to have Louis around, and good to see him doing the new material. It's fun.
A fun night, and I missed this. We talked about this. I know we're always running around doing spots, so it's nice to have someone just hang, and then you're bouncing bits in between. We never bounce bits anymore.
It's important. You got to do it. I couldn't crack the code. I sat with you for a minute. We talked, and that helped me a ton. Just the little feedback and input from other people. They can see it from fresh eyes. It's a game changer.
It's a lot of fun. But and then speaking of Louis, I did the Fat Black Hour, which is nice because you and I are the go-to guys for these Fat Black Hours.
You better believe it, Fatty.
Shout out to Liz Furiati, who's the greatest. I might shoot my next special not at the VU, but still have Liz produce. Think she would do that?
I think she would be happy to do that.
Because she's so good. She's such an ass kicker.
She's a ball-busting, ass-kicking, dick-sucking lady. She
knows her stuff there. But anyways, so I did the Fat Black Hour last Sunday, whatever day. I don't know what day it was, whatever. I think it was a Tuesday. But I love doing those.
I do too.
And, one Louis C.K. calls and he goes, what are you doing tonight? I go, I'm doing the Fat Black. You want some of my time?
Wow.
Because I'm doing all, you get the hour cooking and it's cooking. And then you always have some new working, but you're like, I just got off the road. I just did 6 shows. And sometimes you come home on a Monday or you come home on a Sunday. You go out on Monday and you're like, I just did all these jokes and they worked. Yeah, and I haven't written that much new, so you're like, take some of the time.
Sure.
They'll be thrilled to see you. So I had Derek Drescher emceeing, and Louis goes, I'm going to come by and do some time. I said, great, you can do as much time as you want.
Wow, don't go crazy.
And then, it was also nice because he's like, but you got to go last. He's like, I don't have any bits. So now I got Louis C.K. featuring for me.
That's insane.
Again.
Yeah. Ooh, that was a peach.
That was a rocker.
Man, that was like an old floorboard.
That was an Insta-stick. So... He comes over, Which is also exciting because Derek Drescher, who's also hilarious, I'm like, I think Louis coming by, and he's excited.
Of course.
He's a young whippersnapper. He loves comedy. By young, I mean comedy young.
Yes,
He's
yes.
older than I am, I think.
Been to jail 9 times.
I think like 30 times.
That's a lot of jail.
But I got a bite back here. It's killing me.
I noticed the rub.
It's bite season.
Yes.
I hate a bite.
Yeah. Take a bite out of crime.
That was fun.
McGruff.
Yeah. the crime
Irish.
dog.
Irish dog, apparently.
But anyway, so he comes over, and I go, yeah, Louis going to come by. He's excited. I'm like, you're probably doing 4 minutes because I got to give him some time. And then Louis comes over with Steven Wright.
What? You didn't tell me that.
Steven Wright. Well, we got a podcast. I was saving it.
Whoa.
So Steven Wright walks in. He won an Academy Award. I mean, he's one of the greatest comics of all time. Two of the greats.
One of the best joke writers in history.
So now you got 3 Boston legend and Derek Drescher, and Steven Wright. That Louis goes, have you guys ever met? And I said, we met briefly in Nantucket at the film fest at the comedy festival. And I said, you watched my wife Sarah. You were very complimentary. And he said, oh yeah, kind of a petite blonde woman, deadpan, dark jokes. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, oh, she's amazing. Tell her I said hi. He remembered it. This was like 5 years ago.
Wow, he's got a brain like a trap.
I mean, Steven Wright is a fan of Sarah Talamash.
That is bonkos.
Super bonkos. And then we were watching the Celtics game, which was fun. And I offered him to do time, of course, out of respect. He didn't want to do time. He wanted to watch the Celtics, which is also endearing. I'm like, you're like me.
Bearded? Yeah.
Big beard, crazy hair, leather jacket, quiet, funny, and
Feeling kind of hyper.
I told you it's a small world, but I wouldn't want to paint it.
Yes. So
I love the one where he goes, I'm getting off the plane. I forgot to take my seatbelt off, so I'm dragging the plane through the terminal.
The king. I mean, I lost my socks, so I called information. They're behind the couch.
I mean, open 24 hours. I went in. There was a big sign that says closed, and they said, well, not in a row.
Oh, man. How about my friend's a radio announcer? We were driving under a bridge the other day. I couldn't understand him. I mean, he's brilliant guy. I went to my apartment. I pulled the wrong key out. I opened the door with a car key. The whole building started up.
That's a great one. He goes, I was born in cesarean section. You can't really tell, except when I leave a building, I go out through the window.
I lost a buttonhole.
He's one of the greats, obviously. And
how about the last one? I was hitchhiking. I got picked up by one of those trucks with all the cars on it. He went over the speed limit. We all got tickets. Come on.
He's great. Anyways, so Derek goes up. He killed, and then he brought up Louis. Louis killed. He's doing all this weird shit. I had one of the best shows of literally one of the best shows of my whole life. And I got to tell you, it's hard to pull off. But if you can get Louis C.K. to feature for you, it's quite a thrill. It's a great opener because everyone's pumped. They've seen the best comic of all time. They've seen their celebrity, so they have a story. The night is a victory.
Yes.
And then, he's doing brand new stuff, so he's not that strong yet. And then he gives you the intro. He goes, this is the best comedian of all time, whatever. And they're going, well, Jesus, this guy must be... And half of them are fans anyways. But then you come out and they're like, so we just saw Derek Drescher, this young guy we don't know, he killed. We saw our favorite comedian ever just do new shit, killed.
Yep.
Now here comes this guy, and we're in the best moods of our lives. And it was literally the best crowd I've ever performed.
Really?
Top 5 best shows of my whole life.
Maybe this 5 p.m. nonsense is the way to go.
It's pretty fucking good.
Wow. Yeah, they're not tired. They're not shit-faced. And they're there because they want to be there. If you're at a show at 5 o'clock, you weren't barked in.
Right. I'm doing it on Father's Day. I'm excited. 5P, Father's Day. First Father's Day.
Be home by 7:30.
I can't wait.
Wow, that's great. Steven Wright's hanging out. I had no idea. Boy, that's a nugget you saved in your ass.
Steven Wright, and he loves my wife.
Wow. How about that? Well, maybe they'll shack up.
I mean, it's one of those things, your career is tough. You have ups and downs, and you wish you could have that. You wish you could do that. And then you're like, Steven Wright is a fan of mine?
That's wild.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
It's really something cool. It's something special to cherish.
Cherish it. Anyways, I got nothing else.
Cherish pie. How about this? How about this for a fun, happy ending? You know me. What do I hate? I hate losing stuff. Hate losing. It just drives me crazy. I hate myself. I feel sad. I want to replay everything. I go, what if I could go back in time? If I could turn back
time, I'd give it all. We're very similar. I have a thing, and Sarah's always blown away by this because when I lose, I very rarely lose. I'm not a guy that loses.
Yes.
Things. I'm a very whatever
Dialed in.
I've never lost my keys or my phone or my wallet in my life, but when I lose, I take it as a personal. I'm like, I'm a piece of shit.
Same,
I think we're very similar.
Same. It's a blow to the psyche. I'm like, oh, I suck. It validates every thought I have because you feel dumb. You just walked away from something. You know, you feel like an idiot.
And it's just sitting there going,
it's just sitting there. Yes,
Mark,
exactly.
I love your pants pocket.
Ah, the pants pocket, the PP. So I do a couple gigs. We do Detroit. We drive to Fort Wayne. We do a gig there. Great gig, by the way, Fort Wayne. Love those audiences, whatever.
Fort Matt Wayne.
Go out, get drunk after the show, as you do. Wake up. It's Fort Wayne, so you got to connect. You're not getting around it. It's a small airport, 2 gates, 3 gates, whatever it is, Bill Gates. And I'm hungover. It's early. Hanging out at the airport. I got the, you walk right through. It's one of those 2 seconds.
Love that.
Yeah, but I got there too early, so now I'm just kind of circling the airport hungover. Just there's no lounge. What do you do? So I go, well, while I got this time to kill, I might as well make use of it. Let me charge my phone. Let me charge my AirPods.
Makes sense.
You got the outlets everywhere. They're all in the seats, whatever. So I got a pod going. So I go, let me charge my AirPod case. Mm-hmm. Got 2 flights here. I want to have my music. Want to have my pods, my
Need
phones.
to have it.
So walking around, and a guy goes, "Are you Mark Norman?" And I go, "Oh yeah." He goes, "It's all pipes Tuesday." I go, "Hey, here we go." Get the photo. We're chit chatting. I'm hungover. I look like hell. You know when you see the photo, you're like, you putting that one out?
That's my whole life.
Yeah. So chatting with him, and then they go, connecting Chicago, boarding, whatever, choo choo. And I go, oh shit, okay. So I run to get in the line because you want to get your bag up there. And sitting on the plane, got the AirPod, fall asleep, whatever, connect in Chicago, and I go, better put my phones in the case here. I got to get my wits about me. Left the case with the charging. Now and then you check your Airbud battery because you're like, can I make it home?
Well, you have the buds at least.
I have the buds.
That's a plus.
I have the buds, Bud Bundy, but you check your phone, you check your case because you want to know your pods. You want to know how much juice you got left because can I make it all the way to LaGuardia? I've got enough. I get there, but now I left the charger too. So now you got to stop using the phone because you don't want to blow that out.
Oh, this gives me like mental aids.
Also, you got to get an Uber when you land. So
right,
you gotta have
juice.
the phone. Gotta have the juice. The juice is loose. Well, he's dead now.
Absolutely.
But, so I land in LaGuardia. I got the boom, 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 boom.
Oh, that noise gives me that noise and the alarm clock from our childhood. That boop, boop, boop. Those 2 noises.
The worst.
That and the beginning of Married with Children because it felt like Sunday night.
Ooh, Sunday Scaries.
Yes, or the Wonder Years. Was Married with Children Sunday? I feel like it was Sunday.
Might have been.
Maybe I'm thinking of Wonder
Love
Years.
and marriage. Boom.
Yeah.
Maybe they hit you with that slime on there for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was an odd show.
Sure
Let's
was.
rock. But so I get to LaGuardia or JFK, wherever I am. I go to the lounge and I go, look, I hate myself. I'm on red here. Do you have a charger? And the lady goes, I have a charger, but you got to bring it back. I go, I'll bring it back. I give her my ID. I go, look, I'm this guy. Give her the ID. So then I go eat. I let the phone charge. Great feeling. You're getting that, but I'm off the headphone. Those are done. So I'm living in the world. It sucks.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I get about 40%. I go, thank you, get the ID back, get an Uber home, and I go, let me just go for it. I Google Fort Wayne Airport, phone number, small airport.
Absolutely.
So I go, beep, boop, 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 ring, ring.
The Fort Wayne Airport is ringing.
It's ringing. It's a landline.
I picture a little blue phone, and it's shaking as it rings.
Yes. And a woman goes, hello. And I go, hey, crazy question. Left my AirPods. And she goes, can you describe them? Well, it's a white case with a charger. Charger's also white. What brand? Apple. Oh.
Raycon.
Oh, yeah. Raycon. Are the pods in there? No, I got the pods with me. All right, it must be yours then. She was adorable, and I had to really, clarify it. And she goes, all right, give me your address. We'll send them right out.
What?
It came in the mail today.
Oh my God!
It's a small airport, Jerry. There's no huff, no muff.
We've got to move to Indiana. This
I
is where we
know.
should be.
Exactly.
French Lick, Fort Wayne.
Yes.
The other
Fort
one.
Sumter, Colonel Mustard, you name it.
Let's get out to Indiana. It's enough already with the hustle and the bustle and the coasts and the showbiz.
Never sleeps. I want to sleep.
Let's go to Indiana. I mean, birthplace of the Ku Klux Klan.
Yes.
The Pacers are in the conference finals.
Hoosier, whatever that is.
Yeah, the Hoosiers.
I think Michael Jackson's from there.
Gene Hackman.
Oh.
That's weird that he's from Indiana. Isn't that weird? The
Is he?
Jacksons? No, the Jacksons.
Oh, the
that's
Jackson.
right.
Yeah, Gary. That's the black
Right. That's the
area.
other town I was thinking of.
Gary Shandling. So, yeah, they came in the mail today, easy as pie. It's like the 50s. You forget, like, oh, we live in a town with 9 trillion people. No wonder you can't get anything done. Imagine if I called JFK, they'd shoot me in the dick.
No, well, he's dead too.
That's true. Headshot.
Boy, that poor family.
Oh, man. Now they all hate RFK Jr.
Well, that makes sense.
They
But
turned on his fucking gargly mouth ass.
I mean,
The vaccine.
I feel bad for Ted Kennedy. I mean, he's dead now, but I mean, this poor guy. I mean, one brother's all crippled, and the other one dies,
Oh,
and
is
the other
he?
one gets shot, and then the other one gets shot. I mean, both brothers shot in the face.
That's his brother?
Yeah, Bobby and John.
Wow.
Yeah, they've
how about that? I thought he was a cousin.
Two brothers shot in the face, and then one day you're out driving, trying to fuck some young girl that works for you.
Sure.
You drive into
As you do.
the lake, she drowns, and then you run and try to get away with it, and then you don't get away with it. I mean, that's tough.
Old Buckethead Ted. I mean, that guy had a noggin on him. You ever see that thing?
Well, the Irish have the biggest heads in the business.
You got that right. Quinn, Soder, the other guy.
Sagalo,
Yes.
I mean, I don't have a small head over here. It's not tiny.
You're about to have.
You think so? Because
Yeah.
people used to tell me I have a big head.
Nah, that's an average head.
I'll take it. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Maybe we're talking forehead. That's a different conversation.
That's a good point, yeah.
But yeah, there's a big tanker. Those guys. It's like Easter Island.
Yeah, the Kennedy. I mean, Quinn's head it's
Ooh, it's a lug. It's a block. It's wild.
But there's a lot of brain. That's the smartest person I ever met in my whole life.
That's a good point. How about that special?
I haven't seen it yet. I feel like a horrible
That's
friend.
A humdinger, and he shot it at a corporate,
That's crazy.
and he's still killed.
That's crazy. I watched Rachel's special this morning.
Oh, I got to get on that.
She looks unbelievable, and she's hilarious as always.
She's a hot Jewess,
What's Jewess?
a female Jew.
Is that
A
right?
Jewess,
I never heard of that.
like a duchess or a mistress.
Oh, what's a Jew male? Jew male?
Jew face.
Jew male. It's a
male
porn.
Don Gianni.
But yeah, she's great. Check out. And then Keith Robinson's, I think his might be out by the time this episode. Holy shit, this episode, it's June? What the fuck's going on
Well,
here?
we got the
All
live
I
one.
think Keith is dead by the time this comes out. Oh, the live one.
Yeah, well, his comes out the 11th. I looked it
Of
up.
June?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was May something. I'm retarded.
Juneteenth.
But I can't wait for that. So many specials coming. Matt Wayne special, Sarah Talamash special. It's,
Ronan, I believe.
oh, yeah, Ronan's got one in the can. May's got one in the can.
Samsonite, Marill, Samurai.
Oh, he shot us in Boston. That's right. I was there.
The Wilbur.
That's right. I can't wait for that. That
Yeah.
thing, that set design, forget about it.
Really?
Oh.
I never saw the photo.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
And he put a suit on that puppy.
Absolutely.
That's interesting.
He's a good guy.
He's a good-looking, tall cup of matzo ball.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so a lot of specials cooking. I mean, what a time to be alive comedically. It's like we got a David Tell special. We got a new Quinn. Everybody's doing arenas. Kill Tony's the biggest show. Shane Gillis is like fucking Elvis.
He's huge. It's crazy.
You know what's crazy? I was thinking, if we had him on the pod, it would get more views than I bet if we had Seinfeld.
Yeah, probably.
That
I don't know
is-
about that.
Well, first of all, Seinfeld just did the gamut.
He did.
But also, I think the Seinfeld fans aren't as young as the Gill nets,
Right.
and they like pods more. They know how to get to a pod. Maybe
That's-
some old kook doesn't know how to do a pod cart.
That's a good point. Yeah, and I just listened to Jerry on 7 different podcasts.
Same.
I mean, I did a lot of Jerry-ness.
I'm pooped.
I'm Jerry. I'm Jerry pooped also.
I'm jerry rigged.
How about
Jerry
that
Mandered.
Bill Burr on Bill Maher? That was hilarious.
Woo! He didn't let up.
Bobby Boom mics. I mean, that had me on the floor laughing.
That really did the round. The internet really
Well, they
Pluck
hate
that one.
Maher. People hate Bill Maher.
Well, he's a smug bag of cheese, but he was on The View and he cleaned up.
Oh, is that right?
And that's a tough spot. I mean, if you got a dick and cock, you are ruined in that panel.
Yeah, they're horrible people, it seems like.
They really are. Well, that Sunny Hostin's a fucking coos and a half.
Who's Sonny hosting?
She's like the hot, pretty lady on there, and she's always, her thing is like, I'm going to zing you and neg you and riz you.
Oh, I haven't seen it since 1988.
It's not a good show, and it's all politics now. It used to be like, here's how you cook a muffin, and here's how you deal with the sunburn.
So who's on The View now? Is it Whoopi Goldberg?
Sunny lady.
Liz Hasselbeck's not on anymore.
And there's a conservative who's very attractive, and then there's a blonde who's attractive, and
Is
then
that Liz-
Barbara Walters died. Give it a
Is
goog
that
there,
Elizabeth
Choo-choo.
Hasselbeck? Formerly Elizabeth
Hasselhoff.
whatever? She's from season 2 of Survivor. That's the one year I watched Survivor.
What the? Why would
But
she
I don't
be
think
on
she's
The
been on the
View?
show for a long time.
Why is she?
She's like one of the hottest women ever, I thought.
Oh, she's a good-looking blonde. If we're thinking of the same.
That's why it might be
broad.
the same person.
She became a talk show host from Survivor.
Yes. Her name is Liz Hasselbeck. She married Matt Hasselbeck,
Yeah,
the
Elizabeth
quarterback.
Hasselbeck.
Yes.
Okay. There you
Is
go.
she on?
It has American TV personality and talk show host as her.
But pull up current host of The View.
Oh, current host of The View.
Is Joy Behar on
Boy
there?
Behar's
Yes.
on there.
Oh, she is. Okay.
She's the Jew token lady.
Yeah, yeah. She's done multiple things, but it
Okay.
says notably on the daytime talk show The View. Yeah.
So it's
All right.
so it's her, Joy Behar,
Whoopi.
Sonny Rollins,
Yeah.
and Whoopi Goldberg.
Sunny side up.
And Barbara
And
Walters
there's a
is dead.
brunette. There's a brunette on there who's attractive. She's the conservative one.
It has 6 people listed. You want me to read them?
There's 6 hosts?
It says hosts. Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, Sonny Hostin,
That's it.
Sarah Haynes,
That's the
Ah,
other one.
Sarah
The
Haynes.
brunette.
Alyssa Farah Griffin,
I don't know who that is.
and Anna Navarro.
What?
Oh,
the
I know
hell?
Anna Navarro. She's from CNN. She's annoying as fuck.
Well, it's quite a panel of koozes, yentas, and bag broads.
And then there's like an alternative to The View with Sharon Osbourne.
The talk.
That's right.
Or the chew or something. The chew.
No, the talk was Jim Henson.
No, he didn't talk.
that
he was
was-
a puppet.
That was Talk Soup became the talk, didn't
Oh, I'm thinking of John Henson.
it? John Henson. I'm thinking of John Henson.
Yes. He had the soul patch in his temple.
Jim Henson, I think, had what Bobby Kennedy had. His head fucking fell apart.
Really?
Yeah, he had like waterhead and he died.
Whoa.
That's how he died. He died like abruptly. He was like 48 or something. His head
he-
just squished in together and
He's a
died.
talent, that guy.
Oh, he's one of the greats.
One of the
obviously.
greats. He had his hand up. He was felt up.
Then there was Drew Henson, the quarterback, who was quarterback ahead of Tom Brady at Michigan.
Okay. Then there was Hanson, the band.
Oh yeah, and I went to Whitman Hanson High School.
Bop. Really?
Yeah,
Oh, who's Hanson?
that's a different town. It's a regional high school. It was
Oh.
Whitman and Hanson were 2 small towns, so we converged.
Rivalry?
No, because we were the same.
I see.
We teamed up, but it was like Whitman was like poorer and shittier and white trashier. They had like farmy type of houses, nicer houses. So that was like fuck these kids.
Interesting.
But then I befriended all them, and I was like, I like the Hanson people better.
Hey, there you go.
Not better, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's all pipes.
Well, when you're a kid, everything just seems. You're like, oh my god, you guys
Of
have
course.
2 floors.
Oh, tell me about it, Fatty.
So, anyways, this is a wacky episode.
Wacky
We
ep-
started off whispering. There was no stories. But
Well, either way, I can't wait to see the lawyer commercial.
yeah, that's gonna be fun. You're probably gonna hear us in the background.
Oh, that's
You're
right.
just gonna hear, welcome, come, jizz, farts,
Pipes.
my mother's asshole.
Yeah, I'll see you.
All right, June 3rd. Okay, this weekend I'm in Salt Lake City at
Wise Guys.
Wise Guys with Luke Monis. First place we ever worked together. I'm very excited.
Hey, Back in Black.
We're back in Salt Lake City, and then the weekend after that, I'm at Mohegan Sun Comics Roadhouse. Please come. That's a tough,
Ooh.
rough room. I'll be in that poker room all day. Matt
need
Wayne's
your
doing
people.
that with me. Key West the weekend after that. Big June.
Hell yeah.
And July, I'm in Atlanta at the Punchline
June.
and somewhere else. I don't know. Oh, Portland, Maine. First show sold out. We
Hey.
added a second show. Get tickets to that.
Ooh, Nelly.
And that's like a Monday night, July 1st. Feels good to sell it on Monday.
It does.
And
July
I take my reflux
3rd.
pill. I got indigestion over here. And go to Punch Up Live. Sign up for my email list so you know when I'm coming to town, so you're not one of those assholes. And YouTube. I got a ton of stuff on YouTube. I keep posting on there. So
Punch Up.
Make sure you're on Punch Up and YouTube.
Yeah, I'll be all over the place. Philly, Pittsburgh, Spokane, Boston, New Haven, Portland, Oregon, Seattle, all kinds of crazy dates. Come on by.
I want to add Seattle at the Crocodile, July 25th, one night only, a Thursday night.
There you go. Crocodile. punchup.live/Mark Norman/Joe List. We got all kinds of shit on YouTube. Check us out. Chuck put up the old clips and old videos, so that'll be available soon. And get a bottle of Bodega Cat. What do you got there? C-Note.
Just to expand on that, the OG Tuesdays episodes that go up every Wednesday on the Patreon. We've discovered the old archive of old stand-up labs recordings, the video side of it.
Wow.
Cool.
Just now we hit episode 100, like in the past couple of weeks at the time of this airing. And so now we're going to be putting up a video every week. It's
Hey.
old videos from you guys from like 9 years ago.
Hell yeah.
That's crazy.
And there's a bunch of guests too. It's like at the end you'll be like, oh, look, it's Goldman, he came in, and all these like different people are like part of it.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's really cool. So that'll be on the Patreon, patreon.com/Tuesdays, every Wednesday. And yeah, check out my podcast, Fun Bearable. We just had a filmmaker on. That's recent. Mark's farts are on here and there.
Yeah.
We put them on. And I think Youngblood's going to be on pretty soon.
Oh, nice.
Hey, there you go.
Rhode Island, we're going to be filming with him, so...
Oh, yeah. He regrets taking that gig.
Does he?
Well, he lost money already on the flight.
Yeah, it's an interesting situation.
Yeah, what can you do? Doug Key's a grassroots queef.
Feature is funbearablepod.com for all that stuff.
Thank you, folks. We'll see you in hell. Praise Allah.